the things that I think we have to avoid is whenever we are in a couple, we're going to argue. So how do we argue profitably? How do we argue unprofitably? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I think one of the things that we need to look at is analyze why we are arguing at all. Does one person always start something and never give the other person a chance to start something?
Do you feel like you're listened to?
Precisely. Or, for example, when you're going to get in the car, do you give your spouse the opportunity to drive if they want to, or do you automatically go straight to the driving side? You see, we have.
This is a smile of conviction, so she'll just carry on that.
No, but if we don't know that there is something going on, if we don't understand that there is an issue, then it's never ever going to be resolved. So there are times when it is important to bring up a point so that it can be discussed and brought out into the open.
Okay.
You're never ever going to solve a problem if it doesn't ever come to light.
Let's take that idea of you wanting me to ask you, would you like to drive? Okay, let's say I am considerate and I ask her, would she like to drive? Now that's a good thing, but then once she does start to drive, I have to let her drive.
So how does it feel to be in the driver's seat, my love?
I can't be, well, you should have gone left here. Could you please change gears? Or, you're going kind of slow. If I do that, I'm going to wind
Will
her up.
you pass that person?
Oh, but you see, it's my natural tendency to want to do that, so I have to kind of squash that down.
Quite often in a relationship, you will have somebody who is a natural leader. It doesn't mean to say that the other person cannot lead, but actually they tend to concede their leadership ability to such a degree that the other person habitually takes it on.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
doesn't think that the other person maybe should.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Leaving space for you to express yourself. Yes. You leave me space to express myself. I think that arguing unprofitably would be if I actually squash her right of expression. Or vice versa, because I'm devaluing her as a person.
Which brings us to a point.
Yes, ma'am.
Because
madam.
Because we've got another point here which says listening but not valuing. So, for example, it would be one thing for me to turn around and say, "What do you think, dear?"
Yes.
And then you say your opinion and say, "Well, I'm not going to do that anyway."
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you say.
So you do
I'm
that.
not going to take
you
into
do that two or three times, and eventually I'm going to say, "Why bother asking me? Because you're never going to do anything about what I say anyway."
However, you as the protagonist, you have got to, if you present an idea to me and I've asked for advice, you mustn't be bitter and twisted if I don't exactly implement what you tell me. Well, I think we got out of that one with minimal damage. What do you think? The key is to value the other always and really make sure that their expression gets heard. Next week, we're going to revisit Ruth as she tells us about how she extracted herself from her violent husband in the separation process. See you then. God bless and bye for now.